Steven Spielberg and George Lucas may be more commonly known for the fantastical moments in their filmographies, including everything from Jaws to Star Wars, but many neglect to fully appreciate the historic realism offered in some of their other work. Today I'm going to break down moments in film history that not only helped solidify their respective place among the greats, but also gain them the reputation of complex and thoughtful filmmakers by dissecting one of their most common historical references, Nazi Germany. Steven Spielberg, born on December 18, 1946, only one short year after the collapse of Nazi Germany, has been outspoken about feeling isolated due to being raised in an Orthodox Jewish family, even equating E.T. to be, quote, the brother I never had and the father I feel I didn't have anymore, end quote. This harsh anti-Semitism he faced as a child would go on to be the fuel behind the critically acclaimed film Schindler's List. This film recounts the real story of Oskar Schindler, a member of the Nazi Party that saved approximately 1,100 lives during the Holocaust by deeming them essential workers. The film was based on the novel Schindler's Ark, written by Thomas Keneally in 1982 and was made into a film in 1993. Instead of accepting any revenue from the film, which Spielberg claimed would have been as good as blood money, he used the proceeds to fund the Shoah Foundation in 1994, which is dedicated to preserving testimonies and memories from the more than 52,000 survivors to be taught in schools and museums. He named this foundation Shoah, off the biblical word meaning, quote, catastrophe, alienation, and death by fire, end quote, which is also used as another word for the Holocaust. Spielberg's unique decision to make majority of the film black and white leaves the viewer in awe when seeing the girl in the red coat appear as a symbol of brutality and loss of innocence, as the audience follows her through the film only to find her coat laying amongst the aftermath of the liquidation of the ghetto. The actress who played the girl, Aliwia Dobroshka, was advised by Spielberg not to watch the movie until she turned 18 and ignored this advice, resulting in her being traumatized and regretful of her involvement. Later stating, quote, Spielberg was right. I had to grow up into the film, end quote. Some even claim the girl in the red coat was real and a Polish painter named Roma Ligacka, a cousin of Roman Polanski, although actually surviving due to her red coat being received as a sweet strawberry color when fleeing to a Polish farm. George Lucas, a member of the USC Mafia, formerly known as the Stinky Kid from Modesto, has grown close to the Schindler's List director over the years after they were introduced at a UCLA Film Festival screening of Lucas's THX 1138. In 1981, the team joined forces to create the cinematic masterpiece we know today as The Raiders of the Lost Ark, with Spielberg directing and Lucas conceiving of and producing. While this predecessor to Schindler's List is not near as serious, this film is still full of Nazi Germany references, with the plot based upon keeping the Ark of the Covenant away from Adolf Hitler. Unlike the realism of Schindler's List, this film aims to intertwine the symbolism of religious good versus evil, while placing the Nazis on the side of evil without referring to the Holocaust outright. This is, at moments, a more comical film, which uses its comedic value to make subtle digs at Nazism rather than confronting the audience with the real crimes against humanity. From the German-engineered Mercedes being too weak to support Indiana Jones hanging onto the front grille, to the Nazis making a pit stop to view the Ark for themselves before bringing it to Hitler, and thus being melted by the wrath of God, this film is no short of justice for the evildoers. In addition to Raiders of the Lost Ark, many fans have theorized that the style of government and attire in The Empire Strikes Back from 1980 closely resembles that of the Third Reich in Nazi Germany. This theory goes so far as to have Lucas even call the Imperial officers Nazis in the film's commentary. Even in the naming of stormtroopers, there are hidden references to Nazi Germany, with the stormtroopers being named after the Nazi paramilitary, Sturmabteilung, translating to storm section and nicknamed stormtroopers. This group played a major role in the Nazi Party's rise to power in 1920 to 1930. While these films barely break the iceberg of Spielberg and Lucas's references to Nazism, they are certainly some of the most impactful. After all we have learned, there is no doubt they will continue to use these themes in their upcoming work.
Archaeological dig going on in the desert outside of Cairo.
We've got some information here, but we can't make anything out of it, and maybe you can. Tannis development proceeding. Choir headpiece. Staff of Ra. Governor, Ravenwood, U.S.
Nazis have discovered Tannis.
Just what does that mean to you, Tannis?
Well, the city of Tannis is one of the possible resting places of the Lost Ark.
The Lost Ark.
Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant, the chest the Hebrews used to carry around the Ten Commandments.
What do you mean, commandments? You talk about the 10 Commandments?
Yes, the actual Ten Commandments, the original stone tablets that Moses brought down out of Montera and smashed. I believe in that sort of thing. Did you guys ever go to Sunday school?
Well,
Oh, look.